Hello, YouTube fans, here again. Now, as for the other day, I gotta admit, it was sad, it was depressing, but it needed to be said about the government and how today's generation don't vote because there's nothing to vote for. Say it again, nothing to vote for. Because any government's not going to better this country. But this one, I think it's sort of sad, but it's sort of happy. It's a remembrance of one of the greatest wrestlers. Been in the movie business, been in the wrestling business. He was a character. That being Ronnie Piper. May he rest in peace, being Ronnie Piper. Ronnie Piper, if there's an effing out there, may you rest in peace, my friend. May you rest in peace. I like Roddy Piper. I liked him in the films that say like They Live, damn good film by Con Carpenter, sci-fi film, never seen it, unestimated film. Here's an idea for you. I come to chew bubbly gum and kick ass. I'm all low less of bubbly gum. That's They Live. And there was another film, very fun, fantasy, action, apocalypse, adventure film. This is a reason, right, why I'm not a big fan of the new Mad Max film, fucking digging up. This was a film, what was an apocalypse universe, a fantasy, adventure film with a difference. It was called Hell Town of the Fog People. I say it again, Hell Town of the Fog Town. Something like that. It's called Hell Fog Town. With Roddy Piper, sort of like an adventure. It's an apocalypse universe with these fog-like alien people. Fun, B, adventure film. This was the era. This was the era when films knew how to have fun. I know nowadays that's a very rare thing for Hollywood, but this was the era when films was called entertainment, something you don't see anymore. But yeah, Ronnie Piper, very damn good wrestler. Let's dig up to Ronnie Piper. Now, Ronnie Piper started through the early 80s, started in the days when I can get away with calling it WWF, and he had a presence. Ronnie Piper had a presence. He had a character, he had charisma. I like his attitude, he was funny, he smiled a lot. Woo, how are you? And he had this charisma, and repeating the same line, and he had a character. He had a character. And, you know, he went on for a bit, well, before WWE, he went on and he sort of left. But there's a lot of good things about Ronnie Piper. A lot of good things. Like, let's not forget the golden days of WrestleMania 2. That's right, WrestleMania 2. Where he had the date funny bit where he went in a boxing ring with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. I get it right, friends. I got Mike Tyson on the brain today. I apologise. I meant to say Mr. T. We could say Mike Tyson in one sense. So he got in the boxing ring. It was a 8% in a boxing ring with boxing gloves on. He had a boxing fight. Good way, you know, it was for laughs and giggles. He had a boxing match, which is more of an event. He had a boxing match with Mr. T. A lot of people who were big fans of the golden days when it was called WWF, let's say in the mid-80s, will know what I'm on about. If anyone knows religiously anything about WWF, I can get away with saying that word, you will know the golden day of WrestleMania 2 when Ronnie Piper got in the wrestling ring with Mr. T. Away, I got it right. Got in the wrestling ring, made it look like a boxing ring, and they had that epic fight with Mr. T. And I loved that. I remember it. I always remember Avara, you know, Princess of Darkness, Avara making a guest appearance in WrestleMania 2. How one of the wrestlers sat, or one of the presenters, I should say, well, it wasn't a wrestler actually, sat near Avara without getting a stiff on. It was a miracle because this liquor sat there, the shortest skirt, you know, they don't know Avara, you know what I mean? He had the shortest skirt on, all legs showing, and he sat literally there fucking eye through. But I always remember the classic scene with Ronnie Piper and Mr. T. Date scene, some of it's funny. Ronnie Piper's throwing himself on Mr. T. You could tell he weren't doing it. It was more of an event, but it was fun. And it was fun. I've got to admit that, it was fun. And it's like I say, he was very good at presenting. He did a lot of date presenting. He had this sort of humour because in the early 90s there was one, I think it was 1991 there, and it was called, remember right there, I can't think of the name now, UK Rampage. UK Rampage, I think they did it in London. And Waddy Piper wasn't wrestling, but he was presenting, right? With the presenters, he was presenting it. And I loved the line where he said, "One good thing about the Brits is they never even pay their poll tax." Because back in 1991, everybody was refusing to pay poll tax. If you remember that golden era of 1991, people refuse to pay poll tax until they put a big law on it. You're going to get a big fine or you're going to go to prison. Oh, because people just had enough of paying poll tax. The DD Council, as I like to call them. So Bismarck people, back in 1991, bit of history lesson, refused to pay their poll tax. To offence that they had no option but to pay it. So I love that history that Waddy Piper threw that in, which was very good. It was chick up the mark, and he did that. He did that. He did that, but I was throwing up. So like that, got something stuck in my throat then. If I pass the time for a bit, I do apologise. I just had a chocky bar, and for some reason, the fucking thing stuck in my throat. But yeah, I do remember that golden era of Waddy Piper. He was trick on the mark at throwing that jerkiness in. That, hey, the Brits, it was day, they don't even pay their poll tax. And I love that. It was trick of the mark. But during the late 80s, why not throw it in? 1988, Waddy Piper, bit like Hollywood Holden, he went in the movie business. And his first film was John Carpenter's Lay Lift. I've got it somewhere. I can't remember where the fuck I put it. Just bear with me. I'll see if I can find it. If I can't find it, I can't find it. I know I've got it somewhere. Hey, I found it. Just bear with me. Sorry about me passing the time again. I had to find it. I had to fucking find it. So I'm a big fan I am of Waddy Piper. They Live. It's a video with DVD, but it's Blu-ray. I remember showing this when I did a review on They Live. Get it there, because the fucking sun has been annoyated twat. But there you go, They Live. The art cover with Waddy Piper, the chassis. Everything about that is so cool. And John Carpenter did a good sci-fi film. This was the era when John Carpenter got sick of doing horror, whether it be Halloween and all this. So he went a bit into sci-fi. This is a damn good, unestimated sci-fi action. I say more of a thriller than an action movie. It really is. John Carpenter is brilliant. But no else is brilliant? My mate Waddy Piper. I'm here to chew bubbly and I'm here to kick ass. And I'm all less of bubbly. Something like that. He goes in the bank, goes on a shooting spree. Sheen Lay Live. If he's one of you, you're a big fan of the TV series. You're a big fan of a movie called the series called The Aphasia movie. I say it again. A big fan of the TV series They Live. This is very similar. It's aliens, they come on Earth, they look like you and me. And maybe if you put these special chassis on, they look like that. So we get one. They look a bit like that, or ugly fucker. Damn good film. And then the same year, 1988, he did Helltown of Fog People. Just said it. Apocalypse, Universe, cheats and feats a film with a difference. Fog like aliens, Waddy Piper looks like he's having fun. A fun film, you don't take it serious. This was the era, I know I'm going to repeat the same line. This is the era when films were entertaining. I know that's a very rare thing these days. This is the era when films was entertaining. Then he went back, like I say, he went back into the 90s when he did UK Rampage 91. And he did a lot of other things during the 90s. But then his career sort of tumbled a bit and he went off the rails for a bit. And then early 2000s, when he was almost going to WWE, he made a comeback. He made a comeback. And he was dead. The bits where he come back, he was dead. And then his career went again. And then he tried to get into TNA. And I feel for Ronnie Piper because they didn't want him. They treated him like shit. It was one of these. He figured of going back into Hollywood or retire from wrestling. And I felt for Ronnie Piper. I felt TNA didn't give him that golden opportunity. They didn't give him the chance to prize his role as a wrestler. I've got to admit, TNA shit on him. Granted, he did things himself to mess his career up as a wrestler, but he was good. He was a damn good character. And this is the bit where it gets sad. It gets very sad. I think about 2015, in June the 31st, age 61, Ronnie Piper went to sleep, went in his bed, and died of an heart attack, age 61. And you know what? Using a line from Kurt Russell, it fucking sucks. It sucks. We missed a damn good character. We missed a guy. He's never done acting in his life, but in this, I liked him in this. I fucking loved the character in this. I think he played it brilliant since he was a wrestler. And since originally the option was going to be Kurt Russell, turned it down. He's dead. He got the role, and I think he did a damn good role. Fog people. Damn good role. He's wrestling, brilliant. I love the fact he wore a mini skirt. He did the dance, he pretended to be Scottish. I love that. And I love Ronnie Piper, a damn good character wrestler. That's something we don't see anymore in wrestling. Beat me up. But it's true, we don't see character wrestlers like Ronnie Piper no more. And it fucking sucks. And it's sad. Ronnie Piper, like I say, he was early 60s, 61, the summer of June 31st, 2015, passed away of an heart attack. And even now I cry. I like Ronnie Piper. He had a presence. He did stupid things like all wrestlers do. He made mistakes. But you know what? Slap me in the face. That's what, we're human. Fuck it. We're human. We make fucking mistakes. We fuck up on the way. Who is fucking perfect in the world without going all political here? Who is fucking perfect? I make mistakes. Hey, I hold my hands up. I make mistakes. But I felt he should have had a chance again. He should have given him that opportunity. TNA. This goes to TNA. You should have given Ronnie Piper that chance to sign back in the light. You should have done. But that's just me speaking my mind. But Ronnie Piper, may you rest in peace. The die had a presence. I'm still a big fan of Ronnie Piper. If there is an Effin out there, I hope you're having damn good fun in Effin. I really do. I dilute Ronnie Piper. I dilute him. May you rest in peace, my friend. May you rest in peace. I'll talk about more wrestling and more things on the way. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.